Hi there. On weekends, we do reruns so that yours truly can take a couple days off. Look for a fresh new episode on Monday. Meanwhile, please enjoy this episode from this day from a previous year. Thank you so much for your indulgence and loyalty, and have a great weekend. Enjoy! Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for April 4th. April 4th is the 94th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 95th in leap years, with 271 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is vociferous. Vociferous is an adjective that means marked by or given to vehement, insistent outcry, as in, he was vociferous in his support of the proposal, or the decision was made over their vociferous objections. The word vociferous is composed of Latin and Proto-Indo-European root words that combined mean to yell, shout, or cry out. First known use of the word vociferous is in the 1600s. Vociferous. And with that, we've talked about William Henry Harrison before. He'd been elected as the 9th President of the United States. At that time, he was the oldest president ever to assume the presidency until Ronald Reagan came along in 1981, and he gave the longest inaugural address in American history. He became ill and died on April 4th, 1841, becoming the first president to die in office and also serving the shortest term as U.S. president so far. His death caused a brief constitutional crisis over the question of presidential succession, since that issue hadn't quite been ironed out yet. Vice President John Tyler stepped up right away to become the 10th President of the United States, and the previously undefined issues around questions of presidential succession got some attention. William Henry Harrison was 68 at the time of his passing. There were a lot of songwriters born on April 4th. Let's talk about blues singer and musician Muddy Waters. Sometimes referred to as the father of modern Chicago blues, he was born McKinley Morganfield on April 4th, but there's some uncertainty as to the year of his birth or his place of birth. He was probably born at home, either in Sharkey County or Issaquena County, Mississippi, in 1913 or 1915. His mother passed not long after he was born, so his grandmother raised him. As a child, he loved to play in the muddy waters of nearby Deer Creek, and his grandmother took to calling him Muddy. He added the name of Waters when he started playing the harmonica as a teenager. He was introduced to music in church. He purchased his first guitar when he was 16 or 17 and played songs locally. In August of 1941, a fellow named Alan Lomax was going around the South to record country blues musicians on behalf of the Library of Congress. Muddy Waters said of the experience in an interview that he brought his stuff down and recorded me right in my house. And when he played back the first song, I sounded just like anybody's records. Later on, Mr. Lomax sent 2 copies of the pressing, along with a check for $20, which would be more like $422 in 2024. The money was exciting, but the notion that he sounded as good as he did on a recording was the most exciting to him. As he tells it, I just carried that record up the corner and put it on the jukebox. Just played it and said, I could do it. Mr. Lomax returned the following summer, 1942, to record a second session, and both sessions were eventually released as Down on Stovall's Plantation. The complete recordings were reissued by Chess Records on CD as Muddy Waters, The Complete Plantation Recordings, the historic 1941-42 Library of Congress field recordings in 1993 and remastered in 1997. Very excited by the possibility that he could sing and play professionally, he headed to Chicago the following year, 1943. The rest, as they say, is history. Muddy Waters' discography includes about 50 or more albums, 62 singles, plus over 3 dozen records where he is accompanying other artists. By the way, if you're looking for his recordings, most of his work is listed under Muddy Waters, but that first recording where Mr. Lomax came out and recorded him in his home, that record from 1941 is listed with his birth name, McKinley Morganfield. Muddy Waters passed in 1983 at the age of 70 and is buried in Restvale Cemetery in Alsip, Illinois. Muddy Waters. Today's song is Mannish Boy by Muddy Waters. This is a blues standard written by McKinley Morganfield, a.k.a. Muddy Waters, Mel London, and Elias McDaniel, a.k.a. Bo Diddley. This record was released in 1955. My first recollection of hearing this song was on an FM station in the 1970s that would play songs that the commercial AM radio stations wouldn't play. I and my close cohort called it the Underground Station at the time. That station would play Jimi Hendrix's version of the Star-Spangled Banner at midnight every night. I don't even remember now what the call letters of the station were, but the last time I tuned into that frequency, it was a public radio station playing classical music, but even that was decades ago. But that is where I first heard Mannish Boy by Muddy Waters. I learned in today's research that even though there's a bit of what we might think of these days as testosterone-driven braggadocio, I think it's important to know that Muddy Waters wrote this song not long after he had moved to Chicago from the South. So when he repeats the phrase in his song, I'm a man, I spell M, A child, N, is more of a political statement, asserting and celebrating his black manhood. Mannish Boy by Muddy Waters, link in the description. For today's quote, we have one by William Henry Harrison, and it is, "Times change and we change with them." William Henry Harrison. Alrighty, y'all take care. Be good to each other. I'll see you next time.